Three simple words: run, hide, fight. That's what Ohio State University told its students to do in the face of the violent attack on campus today. Would you know what to do if you heard run, hide, fight? Matt Schaefer from Tactical Defense Training joins us tonight. When you first get the information yourself, okay, as just a person living up here, and you hear of a situation down at Ohio State, and you're in this kind of business, okay, what goes through your mind?
Right off the bat, Jim, just that, you feel for the victims, law enforcement responding to it, the tragedies that happen more and more nowadays. It's horrible.
And it really is important to enter into this kind of training. Run, hide, fight. In simple form, explain that.
In simple form, Run, Hide, Fight's a program that the Homeland Security put together, and it means just that. If you can avoid the situation, run from it, call the authorities if you see it, be a good witness, avoid the conflict. If for some reason you can't get away from it, you hide or shelter in. You saw in some of the footage where they were barricading rooms and whatnot, making themselves a harder target. Hiding out of the shooter's view, hiding behind cover, something that will stop incoming bullets, concrete, trees, anything of that sort. And the last resort, if you can't get away and you have no place to hide, is fight.
What about that aspect, okay? That's the last resort, as you say. What would be your recommendations to presented with that situation? The running hasn't worked, the hiding hasn't worked, it's time to fight.
All of this really starts with some pre-planning. It's talked about all the time on campus. The bottom line is, being aware of your surroundings, knowing where your exits are. I'm a very big fan of mace products for the simple fact of that, they're allowed on most college campuses. It's a less lethal alternative, and here again, we're talking about your life at stake.
Yeah, Matt and I were just discussing this, and we'll discuss it with you out in the open here right now. Can you imagine that over the weekend, that campus down in Columbus was the epicenter of the United States over the weekend with a massive football game. Over 100,000 at that stadium and hundreds of thousands who want to be a part of it outside the stadium. I mean, the amount of people down there over the weekend and what could have happened if this arose then.
Absolutely. I mean, and the quick response by law enforcement today, the officer's actions within a minute, just absolutely fantastic. Just a hero to say the least.
Matt, if you are a parent or you're a parent getting set to send your kids off to college and you wish them well and you say study hard, do you include run, hide, fight here as you send them on their way?
I think absolutely. I think you have to talk with your kids about this.
You have to nowadays, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And is there any other thing that you can advise people if presented in this situation? For instance, you can put those three words in your mind, but you don't know how you're going to react, as far as like keeping your cool.
That's very true. A lot of people will freeze in a situation. The only way for people to actually get through that and get familiar with it is to train on it and get familiar with it.
Right.
That's why a lot of those programs are out there. It's why Homeland Security spent so much time putting that program together.
Yeah. So the response time was really effective down there today.
The response time by the police department was fantastic.
Matt, thanks very much for the advice. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
All right. Matt Schaefer joining us.
Sarah, they say it's three words that can be the difference, quite frankly, between life and death. That, according to the defense instructors who are in big demand nowadays. They're preaching this ounce of preparedness, prevention is worth a pound of cure. So we asked CSU students to take a crash course in run, hide, fight to see just how it works.
They watched the chaos unfold at OSU 2 hours down the road. Tonight, our focus group of CSU students admitted
it happening to them just makes it seem so much more realistic that it would happen to us at any moment.
It's exactly why tactical defense instructor Matt Schaefer has a job, and he doesn't mince words.
Treat it like your life depends on it, because it does.
Tonight, he breaks down the Homeland Security checklist that OSU tweeted out: run, hide, fight.
So, number one, we're going to try to run away. Run away from the incident, call 911, be a good witness. Number two, if you can't run away, we're going to hide, we're going to shelter in place, we're going to get out of the shooter's view, we're going to get someplace that they can't see us. We're physically going to make it difficult for them to get to us. We're going to barricade the doors, we'll put objects in the way, we'll try to get as much distance and cover between them and us as possible. Lastly, number three, we're going to fight in the event we weren't able to run away, we were hiding and they found us. We're going to fight in a confined space. We're going to try to fight with them in the doorway we've had barricaded up that they're struggling to get through. We'll use weapons of opportunity. If we have mace pepper spray, we'll use that.
Yeah, it was empowering. Now I know exactly what to do.
That makes us a proactive approach to it as opposed to a reactive.
Like, there's no need to panic as long as you have down like what you need to do. Rather than being a victim, we learn to make ourselves survivors. So we don't have to be just like another casualty on the news.
The point being, think about it now while you can before you find yourself in that situation and it's too late. It makes sense, really. A lot of people asking when they saw that tweet, fight? What do you mean fight? They were questioning that. Now it makes sense, of course, as the third last resort. By all means, a pen could be the difference between life or death. Be aware of your surroundings.
And when you see that pile of desks, it starts to make you think, okay, that's what I would need to do in that situation.
Yeah, use what you have, and for having seen it now, maybe it helps prevent more tragedy in the future.
Let's hope so. All right, Don Kendrick, thanks very much.